Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I hope you and your family members are doing good because that is the most important thing, and for us we are here to talk. So as you know, we are following our pattern wise DSA sheet, and in this today we will do strings pattern questions, and we are following the 2-pointer pattern, and we only have 2 such patterns in strings. The reason we have already discussed in our full YouTube video. The link I'll add somewhere here. If you have not watched that out, do watch it because that is very important to first know how many different patterns exist in string, and then coming on to the question makes sense. So today we will do third question, which is valid palindrome. And by the way, do let me know if you still want to reverse the string question. I think it's easy enough, but still if you want, do let me know. Now let's move on to the third question, which is valid palindrome 2. So let's read the problem statement first. If in case you think it's very easy, trust me, it is not. Given a string, we have to return true if the string can be palindrome. Very easy. After deleting at most one character from it. No, it's not. Let's read the constraint because we always read the constraint before moving to brute force or optimize code. Here the constraint says S length can go till 10 power 5. Why it was important? Because if you are following my videos, I kept on saying that beyond 10 power 8 it is very risky, and most of the cases will give us TLE if our code goes beyond 10 power 8. So here if the n is 10 power 5, definitely if we will write any such brute force code which will take O of n square time complexity, so in case because of 10 power 5 that will take 10 power 10, and that will give us TLE. So hence we need to optimize there, and that's where constraint comes, and it helps us to optimize and identify which pattern to apply. So let's come here on the screen. Here we have given a string. We have to return true or false if it is a palindrome. This question is very simple, but it added extra flavor by just saying one line. You can remove at most one character to make it palindrome. So in this case, it is not palindrome, correct? So we are allowed to remove one character. So if we will remove this, then ABA is a palindrome. So hence we have to return true. Now suppose instead of this, we have ABCDA. As we are only allowed to remove at most one character, so if we will remove C, ABDA is not a palindrome. If we will remove D, still ABCA is not a palindrome. So hence in the brute force code, definitely we will keep on removing every character and we will send the rest to check if it is a palindrome or not. Remember? Because in the previous video called valid palindrome, there we saw how we use 2 pointers to check if the whole string is a palindrome or not. So this will also be same. The only thing is from the string we will remove every character and we will see if this is a palindrome or not. But the question says at most one character, means it can be 0 also. Means you have to check first without removing any character. If the string is valid, you have to return true. It is not necessary to remove, but it says at most one, means you can remove 0 also, or you can remove 1 also to get a valid palindrome case. So hence first, so before removing we will check this is a palindrome or not. The very brute force approach is just copy this, reverse this. So if you reverse, it will become ACBA, correct? Now forget about 2 pointer because that is the optimized version of it. Now the brute force approach will be just reverse this, because the definition of palindrome says we should be reading the same value and same sentence if we will reverse it also, like from the beginning and end. So hence if you read this from the beginning, it will be ABCA, and to read from the end, why not to reverse this? So hence it will become ACBA. Now if this is a palindrome, every ith character should match with each other, but in this case it does not match, so hence it cannot be a valid palindrome. So in this case you will move to the next step where you will try removing every character. So now what you have to do, let's remove first character, which is A. If you will remove this first character, definitely the S will become BCA and S1 will always take the reverse version of it, so hence it will become ACB. Again A, B not matching, so hence this is also not a valid palindrome. Now this time let's remove B. If you remove B, the S will become ACA, and S1 where we always keep the reversed version of it, it will be ACA. Now if you will run this AA matching, yes, CC matching, yes, AA matching. So now you will say yes, it is a valid palindrome. So hence in the brute force code, you have to write the basic functionality, like basic function where you will just run the for loop from I is equal to 0 till length, and if any such index does not match, you will return false. But there in the function, you will send 2 strings, one S and second one is S1. S will be the original string and S1 will be the reversed string. Okay, now here we will, obviously the length will be same, so we will calculate the length also, length of S1. So we'll calculate the length also, S1 dot length or S dot length, both will be same here. And now here we will run the for loop from int I is equal to where? 0 till I less than n and I plus plus. Now if anywhere what? S of I is not is equal to S1 of I. Okay, we will return false, then and there, return false. Or else if we'll come out of this for loop, we can definitely say ki all index value matches, all characters matched. So here we can say return true. But what is the time complexity in this case? So here if you will see, first so you have copied every S characters, correct, and reversed it and pasted in S1. So you will take O of n time complexity for this. Now O of n plus. In the function what you are doing, you are running the for loop till n size. So again O of n, correct? O of n, to n only. It is so O of n only, like it is linear only. No, it's not. Because if you remember, this was the function to check if that two strings are valid palindrome or not. But here you saw na A, B, C, A was not a valid palindrome. So one by one you have to call the same function. First by removing A, then by removing B, then by removing C, then by removing A, and so on. So basically one by one you are calling the same function by removing every character at once. So in total, in the worst case, suppose here in the question says na ki S length can go till 10 power 5. So suppose in this case you have every character A, B, C, D, E, F till Z, then again A, B, C, like for 10 power 5 times. So definitely you will remove this, then B, C, D. Obviously it is not a palindrome. Again we will remove B. Again it is not a palindrome. Again you will remove C, not a palindrome. Again you will remove D, not a palindrome. So again and again you will keep on removing every character and sending this here, correct? And here it will again take O of n time complexity to match everything. Yes. So in total O of n for this outer where you are actually removing one character and calling this nested function, and here again O of n. So in total O of n square time complexity, and as you can see the constraint n says it can go till 10 power 5, so n square will become 10 power 10, and you know beyond 10 power 8 it will be risky basically, and beyond 10 power 9 so for sure it will give you TLE. So hence we need to optimize it. So now how can we optimize? Instead of removing every character and calling this function, okay, instead of removing every character and calling this function now, we will do only for one time. What was the input string? It was A, B, C, A. Remember? Okay. Here we will start two pointer concept. We'll match this A, A. Why only 2 pointers? Because you know in string we have two patterns called 2 pointer and sliding window. Sliding window we use when we want continuous subarray, everything in between like 2 points, and 2 pointer we want or we apply only when we need 2 points to compare and then again move those 2 pointers to compare the next condition, and hence here we want that, so hence we are applying 2 pointer concept. Don't get confused why we applied this. Now in the optimized, first we'll check AA. This definitely matches, correct? Okay. So when this matches now, what I said ki remove this, like move the pointers ahead and behind. Left pointer always move ahead and right pointer always move behind. Now you will compare this BC. Obviously this does not match, okay? So here we have two options. Either remove B and now move the left pointer ahead and check this if this is a palindrome or not, okay? Why? Because if you remove this, definitely the rest over should be palindrome, na? Or remove this, move the right pointer behind, like put at B, and now check if this is a palindrome or not. Why I said this? Let's take another example. So let's take this example. We'll start our left pointer from here and right pointer from here. Definitely they matches now. So we will move this ahead and move the right pointer behind. Now we'll see this F and E does not match. So what I said, instead of like in the previous one, we were removing every character and we were checking if the pure like whole sum is palindrome or not. Here very basic thing we'll do. Till now we have like we reached this left pointer and right pointer because till now everything were matching, okay? Now at most one we have to remove because anyhow we stopped here because something does not match, correct? So left and right does not match. So basically I am saying either left or right means something is creating the problem from being palindrome, right? So what I am saying, let's try to remove this F and let's check if GFE is a palindrome or not. Second time let's remove this E and let's see if GF is a palindrome or not. means out of this all, definitely one was creating the problem, or it can be more than that, correct? But we are only allowed to, like, remove one such element. So hence either remove this or remove this, and let's check if this is a palindrome or not. So by removing f means moving the left pointer here. Now again call the same function, which is this, okay? But remember, you will not copy anything in the S1 because that will actually waste extra space complexity. So instead of calling this 2 times, we will call the same function but with a left pointer and right pointer, and in this left pointer and right pointer we will keep on checking every characters. So now we'll again start our new left pointer from G and new right pointer from F. Now in this second function, because we are calling this function by already removing one character, now if this is not a palindrome, now just return false then and there. Now don't try to remove any such characters, because then if you will remove again, that will be 2 such removals and only 1 is possible. So what I am saying, instead of this function, just let's write the function of palindrome with me. We'll write a function, there we'll send a total string, remove this S1, we are not using S1 anymore, left pointer and right pointer, correct? Here what we'll do, until, like, while left pointer crosses right pointer, we will check if S of L is not matching with S of R. At any point, if they do not match, we'll simply return false then and there. Or else we'll keep on moving this left pointer ahead and right pointer behind, and we'll keep on running this. After coming outside the while loop, if we have never returned false, we can say yes, this is a valid palindrome, and we will return true. This is the basic check palindrome check function. Now when we started from a left pointer and right pointer, this point we'll write somewhere else. Where we will write, let's write that also. We will initialize a left pointer, let's say L, and with 0, and right pointer from s dot length -1. So here is my left pointer pointing and here is my right pointer pointing. Now what I will do, we will also keep on running this while my left pointer crosses my right pointer. Why not equal to? Because definitely when left and right both points to equal to means both are pointing to the same digit or same character, definitely they will be same now. Then why to check if they are same or not, correct? So hence we will run here, and here we will check key if my S of left, okay, does not match with S of right. Here we cannot say return false because one time removal was allowed, correct? So in this we will call this function what? Key return whatever the function returns. So return function, correct? Now we want to check in the string if that matches. So what I said, one time remove the left, like here when we were pointing at here, left and right matches now. So what we did, we moved this left pointer to here and we moved this right pointer to here, correct? Now here F and E does not match. So what I said, remove F for one time and check for this. So what does it mean? It simply means keep move this left pointer alone. So in the function we will send left +1 and right. Okay, so what I said, one time remove this and check for this one, correct? That's why I am sending the whole S, but it does not matter because anyhow in the function we are going to check from a left pointer to right pointer only, as you can see here, correct? Now next time what I said, keep this L as it is but remove this R. So in this case we have to move this right pointer behind. So now I am saying call the another function called S left as it is and right -1. But if you see, when you remove this, definitely this will say it is not a palindrome, but when you remove this, definitely this will say it is a palindrome. So means one function returns true, and that should return true in the final case, right? Because in the whole array, in the whole string, definitely if you remove this, this rest is palindrome. So means in this function, if anyone returns true, we have to return true. So hence we will add a OR operator here. Or else what we'll do, this so we do when it does not match, correct? But here if you see when we were at A and A, this so matched. So when it matched, what we did? We just simply moved left pointer ahead and right pointer behind. So that's what we will do here also. Key left ++, which is nothing but left wala left, and right correct? And this simple code will give us it is a valid palindrome or not by removing at most one character. So let's see the time complexity here. Definitely this is the optimized way because brute force we already discussed. So now the time complexity will be, because we are running this while loop for O of n/2. So in total O of n only, correct? And inside this, when it mismatched, correct? We call this function for 2 times, correct? So in here also it is taking n by 2 for leftover, like left side, and n by 2 for right side. So total O of n only, correct? So O of n plus O of n, which is O of 2n, and it is far better approach compared to the n square which we have discussed earlier. Now if you are thinking it is a dynamic programming, let me clarify, it is not. Why? Because here the question said at most 1 character. So anyhow when we are calling this, we are only calling for 1 time, saying either remove this or remove this. But we call this dynamic programming when we want when we see multiple such sub-problems or overlapping sub-problems, correct? But here there is no such case. So here you can say this is 2-pointer approach, but with slightly greedy approach instead of proper dynamic programming. So don't get confused. This was actually important to discuss. Even if it comes in easy problem, most of us ignore this, but this is not. But trust me, this is not so easy, and this has been asked in the interviews. So now let's see the code. Here's what we did. We initialize a left pointer and right pointer, and we will run this until they crosses each other, or they actually touch each other, where left and right will become same. Now what we'll do, if they do not match, definitely we will call this function by moving left plus 1 time left pointer and 1 time right pointer. Any of this returns true. With the help of OR operator, we will get this true here and we will get returned. Or else until they are matching, we will just keep on moving this left pointer and right pointer again, and after coming outside we will return true. Now let's see in the palindrome is palindrome check what we are doing. We are actually writing the basic is palindrome check. If any such character does not match, return false or keep on moving. At the end we will return true if every character matched. So hence total O of n by 2 time complexity, to be more precise I am saying it's O of n only. So total O of n by 2 here, and because this is palindrome function, we are calling for 2 times. So O of n by 2 plus O of n by 2, total n, and here O of n by 2, correct? So total 3n by 2. Anyhow it's linear only, and you can simply say O of n. But if in interview you will talk like this to be more precise how much time is just taking, it shows how clear your thought process are. So now let's run this code. I hope you all got this, and so as you can see all test case passed. So now let's try to submit this, and definitely the time complexity will be faster because you are solving this in linear approach. Here is a Python code, same logic if you are from Python background, and here is your C++ code if in case you are from C++ background, because you know we are covering every language background people. So I hope you understood. Now with this we can go in our sheet and we can mark the next question also as to be done. I hope you guys understood. If yes, do let me know in the comment section, and please do hit the like button and do subscribe if not yet subscribed. And if in case you guys are new to this channel, we are following the pattern wise DSA sheet. You can get the link from the description, and if you want any kind of guidance, do reach out to me on my social medias. All the links will be there. I am available on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. So that's it guys. I hope you will submit this on your own, and I hope you learned something new from this video. If yes, or submitted or understood, please do comment in the video, because it gives me more motivation to make more such videos. And that's it. Let's meet in another video with some more interesting topics and questions. So then keep learning, take care of yourself and your family too.